It's a big night of high school sports in our community. The News 8 Highlight Zone starts now.
Good evening, I'm Greg Wawrinick. Brian McLoone joins us in a little bit. Southeastern Minnesota once again representing at US Bank Stadium. 3 teams from our area playing in the state semifinals. Undefeated Winona looking to advance to the state title game for the 2nd straight year, taking on Academy of Holy Angels. We start in the 3rd quarter. Holy Angels up 13-7. Joseph Heimbold on the keeper. Goes through a would-be tackler and scores. Missed 2-point conversion, so they are up 19-7. Winnox make the comeback. Inside the 10, Dan Johnsgaard goes for the pylon. He's in for the touchdown. It's a 19-14 game. 4th quarter now, Winona on the move again. Riley Bostetter rolls to his left, chucks it to the end zone. 31-yard grab by Ethan Ringo. What a play. They convert the 2, and they lead 22-19. But here comes Holy Angels. 4th down and 1 at the 23. Heimbold again breaks free for 6. They go back on top 26-22. Just over a minute to go in the game. Winona now in the red zone, looking to retake the lead. Bostetter looking over the middle, but gets picked off. A tough finish for Winona. They lose 26-22 after that huge second half comeback.
We knew coming in it was going to be a great game. They're a quality team and played great opponents. We figured it'd be down to the wire, and that's exactly what you got, a game right down to the last minute and a half. Hats off to Holy Angels. It was a great game. It's one of those games. It's one of those 50-50 games, and that's what you want at this time of the year. That's the way they should be when you're playing up here.
It was a good season. I mean, I'm proud of all of us and all the accomplishments we made, but the goals that we set and the goals that our teammates promised to each other came up just a bit short.
Familiar spot for Caledonia. They are 1 game away from the championship game, taking on Painesville. All Warriors today. First possession, Mason Stegemeyer rumbles in from 2 yards out. It's 7-0. More from the first. Owen King zips one to Andrew Gorgon. One of 3 TD tosses for King in the first half. Lead now 14. 2nd quarter, it's now 28-0. Back to the run game. Stegemeyer again dives to the end zone, his 2nd score. Later on, Nick McCabe going to get his number called and will break away from everyone for the long scoring run. Caledonia scores 42 points in the first half. Second half, more of the same. McCabe, spin move, crosses the goal line. 7 touchdowns on their first 7 possessions. Caledonia rolls 49-16. It's another trip to the state finals for the Warriors.
We talked about it going into the game that we wanted to be at 2nd and short if we could be, and we just broke even more tackles out in open space and happened to get first downs, and we kind of built off that.
It's rewarding. It's always next game up too. That's, we don't look any farther. These guys will tell you that's what we talk about. It's always the next game, the next game, the next game. Sort of, just how we handle it. Again, they're pretty mature young men.
Spring Grove and 9-man looking to advance to the program's first ever state championship game, facing 7-time state champ Stephen Argyle. Scoreless in the first. Storm with a big play here. It's Stone Spill running away from everyone. 84 yards to the house, and they're up 7-0. Later in the first, Spring Grove near the goal line. Alex Foles powers on in, tied up 7-7. Final seconds of the 2nd quarter. Stephen Argyle looking for a score. Pass intercepted by Aiden Solom. Great defensive play by the Lions, keeping it tied at the half. Then Spring Grove really takes over in the 3rd. Foles keeping it again, laying down the hit at the goal line. That score puts Spring Grove up 14-7. Lions now up 2 scores, going back to their playmaker Alex Foles. 14-yard trot to the end zone. Spring Grove scoring 20 unanswered in the 3rd. They will play for gold next Friday, winning 27-7. News 8's Brian McLoone has more.
Late in the 4th quarter, with Spring Grove holding on to a comfortable 3-score lead, quarterback Alex Foles dropped back the pass and threw an interception. It was the only mistake the junior QB made all game. Playing in his first game at US Bank, Foles was the best player on the field. Check out these stats: 175 yards rushing, 214 yards through the air, accounted for all 4 touchdowns, and he even kicked the extra points too.
My play, I'd have to say it all goes to my linemen. They're the ones who get the job done. Also to the wide receivers. When I get out on the edges and can run, they get those downfield blocks that help a lot. Also with the passing, that's also linemen and wide receivers. Sometimes I don't make good throws, but our wide receivers can go up and get it, and the linemen give me enough time to do everything.
It's been getting pretty routine for Alex to have these types of performances. They're pretty special though. Anytime the ball's in his hands, we feel pretty good, and he gives us a chance to move the chains and score a touchdown at any time. And the guys blocking in front of him believe that as well. So everything's clicking right now for Alex, and hopefully it is again next week.
Foles and the rest of the Spring Grove Lions will have a chance to repeat their performance next week Friday in the 9-man state finals. Reporting from US Bank Stadium, Ryan McClune, News 8 Sports.
Welcome back. The goal of the 13-member senior class at Bangor finished the season just like they did as sophomores, hoisting the Gold State Championship trophy at midfield of Camp Randall Stadium. 13-0 Bangor facing 13-0 Blackhawk, two of the three top scoring offenses in all the state. Second play from scrimmage, senior Luke Reeder sets the tone, rushing 57 yards for the touchdown. Bangor quickly on top 8-0. Second possession, this time it's sophomore Carter Horseman taking it 52 yards for the score. 2 touchdowns on the Cardinals' first 7 plays from scrimmage. Blackhawk pulls to within a touchdown and looking for more, but a huge interception from Caleb Miedema keeps it a 16-8 game at the half. 16-14 score now, middle of the third quarter. Horseman goes 16 yards for his second touchdown of the game. Then it's Horseman who caps off a long 13-play drive. He has a touchdown hat trick in the state championship. Reeder then reaches the end zone for the second time on the day. Blackhawk just had no answer for Bangor and its run game in the second half. Cardinals state champions for the second time in 3 years, winning it 37-14.
The Hogs, moving company too, baby.
Those are the nicknames of this Bangor offensive line who created holes all game long as the team finished with 423 rushing yards, averaging over 7 yards per carry.
They're nothing more than I could have asked for, and it's just amazing. They did an amazing job all year, and today is just outstanding.
Second play of the game, we had that touchdown run. They made a huge hole, and it was all of them really. All I had to do was run right through there. And they're physical, they're great guys. They're physical on the field, but off the field, they're little teddy bears.
We've been together for years, and so we just have our chemistry, and we know what we have to do to get our running backs forward.
You got, 423 rush yards today?
Wow.
Those guys are, they have been studs all season long. I mean, we call them the moving company for a reason, and including our tight ends in on that, but to rush for that many yards in a state championship game against that kind of defense, that says a lot about those 5 guys up front.